does mean a lot, mate. You know, you've been there yourself in the past. You know how much your emotions just get torn apart.
We also had our general manager almost knocked our team over off of the stage and into the wall that was behind him. It was one of those, you know, walls that you just like put up, and our general manager came running on to celebrate with the coach, and our owner, poor little guy, he was just right there behind him and almost barreled him over and knocked him off the stage. So yeah, I do know how the excitement can take over in those moments.
It really can, because it means so much. It's the crown jewel in the headpiece that is Counter-Strike, the best shooter of all time, and there's a reason for it, because it is just the damn greatest to watch. And now we're here, ready to get into it. Let's kick it off on Mirage, Davey. 00Nation starting on CT, 9Z will be your tees as we go into Mirage.
And we are going to start this one off, like you said, 00Nation on the CT side. The man with the knife and fork, VSM, chopping up luken to start this one off. Headshot found towards the ramp as Max is looking to reply. DGT inside of Palace with that P250. The smoke is going to isolate the CTs. They're playing the retake on the A site, but VSM gets eliminated through the smoke by David as the bomb is going to go down.
Try going for the quick boost off the back of the bench into window room. Max is there, and they're going to send 2 Ts in. Seems like they want to fight for control of the window.
On Palace. Well, finds it. Right there, Cold was on the flank. You thought he might have had a moment to catch that timing and get the flank on ramp, but the flank from Palace, the double flank, the flank inception, as now Leo needs to try to find 2 more kills. He recovers that kit inside of window. Does he even go for this, though? The bomb's not really planted in a good situation for him. He has the kit, doesn't have the smoke. Gonna tap it to try to pull them out. Now he takes the shot, he's giving it away, and he's just got to escape. Realizes he has no chance of winning. Hold on to the kit, hold on to the armor. As 9Z on the T side of Mirage start this one off.
It's the way you would want it to go. And this is their T side. This is something that has been really good for them in the past. They're quite drilled on it. Their A takes, though, Davey, which we've just seen there, is the big picture. They're always good on their A executes. The problem is it feels like at times they just get into a point where their headspace goes and they're like, look, we can't fight for mid control. We don't want to go to B. And the A plays are the only things that work.
No, it is kind of interesting. They are picking this map, and we've seen time and time again with these guys. They try defaulting. Okay, it doesn't really work.
Yep.
Close rounds, but we lose. Try going B. Close round, but we lose. All right, just keep executing A. We'll just keep winning every round. It's fine.
Yeah, and they legitimately do. It's such a bizarre like style of CS or Mirage for them to play, and it seems to work out quite nicely. malbs did want to make a small incision at middle with the Deagle, but after getting tagged down to 15 HP, he'll back off. Meanwhile, look at the 5-7 pulled out for VSM. It's one of those angles where the 5-7's getting more and more love recently.
RNG just doesn't work out for him there. The spray, the bullet spread. Okay, cut me right off there, Try. You flick right up with the scout, find the headshot onto DGT. And remember, they do have that kit on Leo, so it's 4 versus 4. 2 players are tagged down, 3 of them, 1-shot kill with a scout, and they have the kit and smoke on Leo. So this 4v4 retake is still very winnable for the side of 00Nation.
Oh, the lurker towards top mid. Now plays his hand, and that's actually 2 frags found as well for luken. He's able to commit to the spray, flick up onto the head of coldzera, and he's not having a good day in this round. It's all up to Try. Everyone's tagged, and the scout could be useful, but with the position he's in, it's not really worth the risk. You back off, save what you've got, let them take the round, and go through with at least this firepower into the next.
All that little build-up I did for him. No, 4v4, they're all low.
Yeah.
You have a kit, you can do this one. And then luken from top mid is like, please, caster, stop talk. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop talk. Our round, stop talk.
It's not NACS, Davey. Calm
exactly.
it down.
I'm lurking top mid. I'm going to kill everyone. Just be quiet. We're going to pick up our second round. We're not going to get eco'd, okay? And we're going to pick up our second. So 9Z goes up 2-0 now. They force 00Nation onto this save. No money, but Try actually with 37. So he actually got that scout drop to him just to make sure he can keep up, that extra money, make sure he can bring the op into the first gun round. Yeah, these were the kills from luken. Nice tapping with the Galil. I do want to point out if that was me against malbs right there in Mirage Deathmatch, he 1-deeks me top mid 100% of the time.
Oh, every single time.
Every single time.
It's really unlucky for Try as well, because all 4 of the other players were tagged down to like sub 50 HP, but Max was the only one at 100, so he just tanks that on the chin. It's fine. David wants to farm up the cash as they do come barreling down connector. Overall, you've lost 1 player, you've got malbs alive, coldzera in the back. Well, there goes malbs, as the SMG will be able to build some bank. And all on cold with a USP. More of a formality here. Once this round's over, 9Z will be quite happy. That is, if Cold can hit some shots, maybe. I mean, he's trying to stay alive at CT. He's being a nuisance.
Nightmare for him. The guy's getting away in the smoke. He just sprays the USB. He's like, I know I dinged ya. I know I dinged ya.
Just one more bullet, please.
Just one more. Please,
Just give me the kill.
Can I have one more tag, please?
Oliver. What do you mean more?
Oliver Cold.
Imagine that, just coldzera coming out of Victoria in London. He's just like, what's going on here? What is this? Well, I'll tell you what this is. It's finally a buy for 00Nation. And the AWP comes alive for try. Of course, there won't be an AWP brought out on 9Z's side as well. You reuse the weapons he had from the prior round, and luken, even with a Galil in his hands, he's trying to go for something gory. He pushes up, does find a pick onto Leo just jumping up, and this is rough. At least tries here so it can slow down the push, and it was just the one player.
The big thing for me, too, is you can see the difference in confidence 9Z is playing with against 00Nation versus what they were playing with against EG.
Oh, hands down.
Luken right there, we're just going so aggressive, through a smoke, through a second smoke, tanking some molly damage, fighting the guy jumping up on top of the van. This is a 9Z that we didn't see, right? We didn't see this against EG, and that might have been because EG did a successful job at shutting it down and forced them to go back to their A executes. But regardless, that is the confidence luken needs to be playing with. He is a star player for this team, and opening up rounds like that for them is absolutely essential against the 00Nation side.
But talking of a star that needs to be burning bright, it's got to be Try. So he will flick on to DGT. They have been able to weave their way into the bomb site. And it could get a bit awkward for them. The backline, they're going to catch him as he tries to back off, but the timing's not great. As he pulls out the flash, there's a swing from Cold. And he wants to be bold, but look at this. David weaves his way around, opens up with the headshot on VSM. He's got the angle for the second, but coldzera, he really wants to get 00Nation on the board, and he knows how low Max can be. The tag was already there. Starts to peek left and right. If he faces, it should be a frag, but Max had the angle. The headshot angle being held. One bullet to the brain. No rounds for you.
And historically, you would have put money on Cold to win that clutch in that situation. He is usually so good, cool, calm, collected. Right there, Max just outweights him. He waits, he holds. He might have seen a little glimpse of Cold as he was creeping around those corners. Might have just seen the edge of one of his elbows, maybe the barrel of his gun, and Max just sticking it out, waiting. He had a little bit of time to play with, and crucially here was the miss. coldzera wasn't able to find that one, wasn't able to clutch it out. So 9Z, they pick up their fourth, and they're getting off to a really good start here on the T side of Mirage. Now remember, yesterday, Liquid taking on Pain on this map 16-1, and that was off the back of a massive 14-1 T side. 9Z might have watched that game and thought, you know what? Why don't we just do that?
Let's just do what they did,
Yeah,
and then we win.
Look, they killed everyone. Let's just do that.
And it's so much better as well, right? Because the earlier they get rounds, the more confident we're going to see 9Z getting. There is a bit of a push towards T-spawn. So VSM's at least gathering information, so you can see the rotate round to B already. And with malbs getting the opening pick, it's a lot more pressure on the Ts. Leo getting lethal. We tried to push through the Molotov to be in a good position. The frags are all being farmed. It is still a 2-on-3 though, as the short attack comes in. VSM's been spotted, so that's the potential flank now taken out. The frags all going the way of 9Z. 3 players stay alive, and they get 5 rounds, Davey, to start this one off.
Yeah, that's it. They get that 5-0 start. We do see the op coming out again for the side of 00Nation. He is going to be passed over to Try. He's the man with 5 kills thus far. The only one really with any high kill counts, but there have been lots of ecos, of course, for the CTs. They haven't really got to play the game yet. This is only the second gun round we're going to get to see. And what are they going to do? What sort of mix-up are both teams going to throw at them here? And it looks like it's a very heavy mid-B presence shown by 9Z. Bomb is going through upper B. 2 more grouping up with them as well. And both B players actually right now, Jack, neither one of them are in a position to really stop a B hit. You have one towards short, one towards the back of the site, and no rotations nearby.
Smoke's coming in. Leo has to play around this to perfection. He will be able to at least get a tag, but with him going down, I mean, nothing. Really nothing more to find, right? 3 CTs left alive. The B hit comes out swiftly. You've got to give it up.
You have to, and the way 00Nation was playing that, they had the one player close on the bricks. He was isolated. The player back at the site, they were isolated. No chance for a crossfire, no chance for counter utility. And the rest of 00Nation was heavy towards the A site and middle because that's historically where 9Z has put most of their pressure. Great call from 9Z. They go aggressive. They go fast into the B site. And 00Nation very much on their heels here. This is 9Z's pick, of course, so, you know.
Oh, luken.
Nasty.
Mate. Coming in like a gangster, and he knows that's the AWP as well, so he wants to try and get in there to grab it. luken, luscious as ever, picks up the 2 kills. VSM will try and hold on to this AWP. He'll grab it and bounce around the corner, and it seems like he gets away. So that's actually quite lucky. It could have been even worse. With luken finding the 2 picks, and if they got the free AWP, just good night, man.
This has got to be tax situation here for 00Nation. You got to be taking a pause at this point.
You need it.
You're down 6-0. Kill their momentum. 9Z, whatever they ate for breakfast this morning, 00Nation didn't. Okay, maybe they ordered in. 00Nation had the hotel breakfast. Maybe they weren't really feeling it. 9Z they ordered from like a specific Argentinian place that's here in Bucharest. You know, brought it in. They've been vibing. Hit the DMs early.
Yep.
Got in a warm-up scrim against like Liquid or something. You know, something's going on here. But 00Nation, as of right now, they're not awake. They're not in this game, and 9Z is hitting all of their shots.
And the good bit is, right, we do get the pause. This is something we've been talking about throughout the course of the RMRs. You need to use them. You've got 4 of them for a reason. If you lose a gun round, if you lose 2 gun rounds and you haven't paused, there's big question marks for what is going on in the comms.
Absolutely, because right now the scoreline's 6-0, but like we said, 00Nation, they've only played like 2 gun rounds so far. They've been, because that is what happens, right? You lose the pistol, you force second, okay, you lose it, unlucky. Eco on the 3rd, 4th round buy round, you lose it, sucks. 5th round eco, and then 6th round is your second buy round, and you're down. You've lost both of them based on good calls by 9Z, and now you're on your heels. You're on the back foot. You're trying to find a way back into the game. Get that tack pause out. Talk to your coach. Have him calm down. Everybody. You know, even the in-game leader. You know, coldzera. He might need some help too, right? Just get everybody back on the same page.
9Z don't like the idea of the page being brought out, so they will set fire to everything. It's an awkward trade. malbs only hits 1 on the deagle. VSM's 5-7 gets to fire off a few warning shots, but that's all they are. Red herrings, Davey, because the round is going the way of 9Z again. The bomb's going to be planted, and it's just Leo. Never really the most favorable. 5-7, if you're holding an angle, if they sprint at you, it can work wonders. In a spot like this, 1v3, I mean, maybe if they push past him, you can grab a gun, but that's probably it.
Yeah, and right there we see a bit of desperation from Try, right? You're down 6-0. He's playing inside of that bench smoke. He hears the molly on the other side of it and thinks, okay, I'm going to run through the smoke, try to hit 1 crazy shot and get out, right? That's sort of his thought process. That's his idea. He goes through, he misses the shot, he's guaranteed dead. That's it, it's over. The 1 gun they had is lost. And I'm not saying that's a bad play, right? You do need to get a little desperate when you're losing 7-0, try to make something happen. But, you know, the downside is for him is that, again, that's another hit on the confidence, right? You try to make that hero play. You try to do something crazy to save yourself, save your team the round. They were stacked at A, so they were set up well for this, but, yeah, that's him dying right there. Good Molotovs. Jumps out, coldzera, missing the deagle spray. malbs got 1 from under, and they kind of traded back and forth, and if that play from Try did work, it could have been the thing that saved the round for them, but at the end of the day, you miss your shot with an op, you're standing inside a fire, fire burns hot.
Mm-hmm.
Cremated.
Just gone straight off to the burn towards 9Z there, the side that's burning bright. But Try, this time around, it is going to be better. He hits the shot. You get that opening pick. And look at the map control as well that's being passed over. 00Nation, they're going for the big info play. But DGT realizes they've got to be swift about this. Hits the headshot onto VSM through the smoke. Try backs off to a safer angle towards CT.
Yeah, just going to fall back with the op. We see the flank is in play. DGT hasn't spotted it. The railing protecting the player on the CT side. That is malbs. But DGT ends up finding him in the end. malbs doesn't see him either. Potentially 4x3 players we're looking at there. The poles, they're even thicker.
They are. They do start to block a lot of vision.
See him. I'm on 69. I mean, you would have seen it for sure. You have that weird, creepy...
Yeah, custom res.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am just on another planet when it comes to my CS settings. It's been like that since Source. It will never change. It seems like this won't be changing either. It's the only 2 CTs still holding on. I mean, they've got a bit of a crossfire. 35 seconds left, but now luken's been able to push into B.
Yep.
You know you've got time for the rotate. He calls for the safer play. B site clear, everyone wrap back through spawn. You had the hold from DGT, so you know there's no one there lurking. You can go in, get a late plant, and that way there's nothing that can go wrong from the 2 CTs that remain alive.
And this is how you know 9Z is vibing right now, right? They're getting opening picks, then they're falling back, they're holding for aggression. You see the player in Palace fall back, catches malbs pushing through mid, gets that kill. After that, they know a ton of space is created. Luken takes advantage of the space, walks out into B. Luken dies at B, no problem. 2 guys walk out A, right? It's very, when you're up numbers and you're playing this type of CS, this default, where, you know, some people subscribe to the thought process of when you're up numbers, you just group up and get the trades, and right, and that's no problem. That's, you know, that's how you're going to win the round. Not actually true anymore. CT sides are too good. CTs are too good at the game. It's not actually how it works. You still need to find the information. You still need to get it. And right there, they're able to win the round off the back of getting the opening picks and holding for your 1 versus 1 pushes. They catch the players pushing. Luken gets the information. B is clear. They fall back and they clean up the players trying to save.
Yeah, it's a safer bet these days, right? With how the A1S is, all it takes is 1 clean spray. Suddenly that's a multi-kill, the round's back in a fair stature. Yeah. It's just not going to work. So 9Z playing really smart here on the T side. And this is the map that they have a really good T half on as well. So the fact that it's working how it should be.
Oh, Old Faithful.
Oh, yeah. Straight back to the A play. I mean, VSM, he's done this once before. This time obviously playing close in the smoke. You do have the backup of Try, but it's only a Deagle he's going to have to work with. Seems like he's priming the flash for VSM.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah.
Flash does come in, full blinds max, but he sees him dropping off right before he gets blind. He's able to easily line that one up and connect it. Again, the Molotov's coming out to deny any sort of play from coldzera. Try is tucked away here behind the triple box. He finds the first ones. He gets the second swing out onto Max. No trade yet, as he does finally get spammed through the box and shut down. And Cold, as the smoke fades, trying to find that headshot with the Deagle on DGT, but he just can't land it. Just not on point today. Leo did answer 1 back, but DGT still fragging out in this round. 3 kills for him. Plants the bomb in front of triple. He's planning for everything. Leo, big reposition here, though. He was last spotted in CT spawn, remember, Jack? So down in middle, he was heard by Rux, and that is gonna be it. Headshot onto Leo, and 9Z, I think they did watch Liquid's demo against Pain.
It feels like it. It's also just the difference of confidence as well.
Yeah.
Like, it can work wonders for you. At the end of the day, Counter-Strike is confidence.
Yep.
If you don't have confidence, you're going to lose a lot of those rounds. And against EG, they were so much more timid than what we had seen in the South American qualifiers, right? Where they were really aggressive. They knew what to contend with. They knew when they could win a 2 versus 4. Last time around with EG, it felt like they were just giving up those rounds far too easily. Here, it's a lot better. They do go for the early pick with the AWP as well, but no one there for him to secure that one.
I wonder if David's going to pass that AWP over to Luken. Luken's actually been doing quite a bit of lurking out upper B. Yep, they do pass it over. He's going to hold on to it now. And, you know, the AWPer's actually been the one doing that sort of upper B lurk thing for him quite a bit here. As Tries to get that aggressive pick in middle, walks up the ramp. He's scoped up. He's like, all right, I'm going to kill the rifle. Let's post it up. Oh, it's Luken with the AWP. Unlucky.
Yeah, walk straight into the awaiting arms. He'll give him a big hug, but unfortunately, it was the Def Kwando hit with the AWP. And he's taken out a commission. So again, another round where 9Z, you find the early opening pick, and you have a 5 versus 4 to work with still a minute on the clock.
And this time they're grouping up into B, as you can see, and there's 3 CTs on A. They're gambling that it is going to be the play at the A site, but that's not where the bomb is going. malbs is here. He needs to be the hero. 2 and 9 so far in the game. No one from 00Nation really able to have a huge impact. And malbs, he's completely isolated. He's by himself at the bench. They're going to pop out. He is looking over there now. But this is going to be a very tall task for him. This is going to be a huge ask. He lands the headshot, gets the dink, but Rox's gun just has that little bit more power. The A1S still can't one-tap to the head yet. They might, maybe, you know, you never know. Maybe they'll buff it even more for me.
Hey, man, with how Valve's been going recently, maybe. You never really know.
Well, this is a stomp.
It is at the minute.
Damn.
9Z just coasting. Obviously, 00Nation, you can't do anything in a round like this, man. You've got to save. It's just the way the game's played at the minute. All 3 CTs going to have to hold on to their weapons, so that will be a 10-0 scoreline. They've won the half and then some.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting, too, about this game so far is when 00Nation, when they try to just turtle on the sites, 9Z is doing these perfect executes that are working exactly how they intend them to, and they're playing with all this confidence, and it hasn't even been a problem for them. When 00Nation tries to respond with aggression, it happens to be the rounds that 9Z are slow defaulting. So they're just waiting for them and they get the picks. It's like 00Nation, the calls they're making make sense. Like it's it's logical what they're trying to do. It just happens to be that 9Z, it's just one of those games where every call you make is perfect. It just happens to work exactly how it's supposed to.
Sometimes it's the way she goes.
It's the way she goes, bud.
It really is. I mean, at least for 00Nation as well, right? You don't get into that point where sometimes you tunnel vision a bit, you get frustrated, you think it's their map pick, we're 10-0 down, whatever, just go next, keep playing, we'll win one, you know what I mean? It's close, a couple of close rounds, eventually we'll win it. They do take the pause, so you get that extra bit of time to actually think about things.
And you know, again, we saw this a little bit yesterday too when big leads get built up. It's like, yeah, it's 10-0. They are getting stomped. There's no way around it. We can't sugarcoat it. But 00Nation wins this one. Okay, 10-1. Then the next one, oh, 10-2.
Yeah.
Maybe they get a little momentum. Maybe they close out the half 11-4, 10-5, right? Whatever. I mean, that would be best case Ontario for them, but we'll see. But even if they get a 12-3, then they win the second half pistol. They make it like a 16-9 score in the end, right? Or a 16-10. That actually does a lot for your confidence, given the fact that you're down 10-0. Making it even relatively close on the scoreline can do a lot for you going into the next game.
Can help you out, because that will be their map pick in the second. As we touched on going into this game, it's a best of 3. And this decides, of course, who actually does leave the event here at the PGL Americas RMR. So if you fall down 1-0, struggle to get into your second map, suddenly your backs are up, you're not feeling as confident. Here again, though, easy play for 9Z. They love the A hits, and they go straight back to him. Try with a similar sort of scenario here. He wanted to peek over the smoke again and doesn't get anything from it. It's not a resounding success. Instead, it's just him dead on the bench.
Now, this is one thing that 9Z does do, is they get these smokes out and they slow down a lot. And it causes confusion amongst the CTs. We're like, are they actually committing to A? Is this the A fake? Are they going back to B? And they're not really sure. They're all just sitting around and waiting. That Molotov is going to force David out, but there's nobody there to even face him. He gets Molotoved off, down to 31 HP, pushes out, and now you can see the CTs. They're sitting around and they're waiting, but nobody's rotating back to B. And the Ts are out of smokes, Jack. So this is going to come down to the raw aim duels.
Yeah, this is when it's just all about your gun skill. So will Max be the one to make us feel ill? Flash so he can peek into connector. It is a crossfire, but he sees the burst, hits the headshot. coldzera will buckle. The spray! Max accidentally takes down David, and he's gonna buckle. 3 versus 2. The extension from Leo could be huge. He's got to throw the flash to allow malbs to peek. If he clears out onto the site, you could bring it back down to a 2v2. At that point, though, they've not got any utility, David.
No, when the flash comes in, it actually blinds malbs. He didn't know he had a timing where he could have found that bomber. And now Leo, peeking up on the top of the stairs, finds the Opera in sight, does the damage, can't find the kill. Now does get the headshot onto Rocks. And now luken with the jumping no-scope goes for the second. Hasn't been able to find it. DGT is there to save him. But again, a round. That was the most coin flip round we've had so far. And even still, 9Z comes out on top.
Oh, look at him!
Yeah, he's vibing. Big stretch. Living the dream.
Oh, you see him getting pushed, you're thinking, all right, worst angle for the orb, not really much you're going to do. I'm just going to jump and kill him with the no-scope. Don't need the scope, do need the frag.
Yeah, I'll take that kill, though, please.
Oh, they'll take the kill, and they'll be taking all of the rounds, apparently. 11 on the board for their T side of Mirage. 00Nation. You get a bit frustrated. You get to a point in these games where you're like, what do we even do? We've tried the stacks. We've tried to play a bit differently, and it's just not working. At least this is nice. You peek out early towards B. You get the info outside of B is clear. Leo can just post up as well. Now you can rotate, try back around towards the A site, and that's where it feels like they want to go for the late round push.
9Z's style is so interesting on this map to me. They just have 2 holding in Palace, 2 holding outside of A ramp, and 1 just in T spawn. They're just like, okay, yeah, no, we don't need mid, we don't need B, whatever, it's fine. A execute again. Let's go.
Play A retake every round. They've been on the retake servers, but can they serve 00Nation? Another delightful dish on this one. Try switches up the angle a bit. The hurty-verty, but that's going to hurt his confidence as he misses the shot, meaning VSM is isolated and he goes down because of it. coldzera with a famous. It would have to be clinical, playing behind triple. There's the first of many more that he hopes to achieve in this round, but David downs him. Shot back on the AWP, 3v3.
And again, the only smoke left actually for this round is DGT. And they're going aggressive towards connector. That is the bomb dropped, and this might be their first round, but luken lands the double from inside of the site. The op shot gets both. Now try. He's repositioned from CT spawn. Bomb down again, and he's going for the reposition another time. This time, moving over towards jungle, and he's actually going to go back around to CT spawn. The mind game's at play here. drops down, and look at luken. He knows. He's ready for it. He's posted up. It's going to come down to the timing. He doesn't want to cross triple. He's worried about it. 8 seconds left. Jackie hasn't got the bomb. He's running out of time. He's not going to be able to get it down. Try knows this. All he has to do is hide. And this is going to be 00Nation's first round.
Oh, that's what it comes down to. Their first round finally achieved. And it's due to the timing in the 1v1. The bomb being blown so far away. He went for the peek onto connector. Sometimes you just get unlucky, man. The bomb just goes flying even further forward. Luken, he read it right. He did expect the face to CT, but as soon as you start to see the clock, everyone in your team's just going, boys, don't face, time. You know you don't have to peek into it. You get starved out, and 00Nation come into the game. It's quite late on their CT half, 11-1.
Yep, and again, what's 9Z doing? Grouping up towards A. Although this time it looks like it might be a palace pop. 3 of them inside of the halls. They are still going to throw the right side smokes, but you can see they're ready for them to play retake, and this should be a push into CT spawn here from the T's.
Oh, the Fammer's not going to work for you there. Easy tap for DGT. The Heartbreak Kid, apparently, as he will hurt VSM. malbs expecting them to come marauding towards him. Holds on the smoke, the molly as well, so he can't push up. coldzera. He peeks over the top of the stairs. A little info play. All of that offensive utility just being thrown one by one into CT. They expect him to be there. Another Molotov as well.
Yeah, this
so
looks
time's
like fun.
ticking away. Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
This looks like fun for the CTs right now, doesn't it? Hot flash comes in. They're not even blind. It's not gonna. What a fun game of Counter-Strike this must be for 00Nation.
You just stuck. You know you've got to give it up. I mean, coldzera tries to make it costly on the exit. 2 kills at least. But that was your first round. Then you get reset straight after.
Yeah, look at it's one of those ones. 2,900, 36, 3K, 3. You just half buy. Just go for the half buy. It's like, do you guys think they're gonna execute A again? Probably. Probably, man. But then like the one round you 5-man stack A is the round they just rush B. It's just everything's falling apart.
Ironically as well, it probably will be.
I know, right? Yeah, look
There
at
you
them.
go. Yeah.
Going towards middle. Aids into the bottom of connector. Not going to find any damage. This is the double underpass push. Only one man here, and that is Rox. He's going to be holding for it. Ooh, he's actually going to walk down. Has that golden AK. They're lined up, though. They're lined up. He might just swing out and find both as he jiggles around the corner. Gets the first one, gets dinged, not able to find the kill. Cold jumps around, grabs the AK. There was a moment there where I thought they might just line up for him. Instead, Cold gets the opening kill. They know there's 2 in underpass, and that should be the play to start being aggressive towards window and connector.
They come charging up. luken on the AWP, looking for the face from the A site. Meanwhile, DGT as well, he's still been lurking around, playing towards T-spawn. 2 players here, Try and VSM, both of them with the 5-7s. That'll be a 10-14. Let's see if they can wield them to perfection. DGT sees the leg, lines up for the headshot. Suspicious about this, he realizes they're probably baiting him, but on the peak, the 5-7 works perfectly.
Very nice shot from VSM, and now Leo, he's close by as well, and another one tap with the 5-7. 2 versus 5, and this round has gone perfectly for 00Nation. The double push into underpass, finds success, finds the opening kill. 33 seconds left, they drop the smoke inside of the site, and if they find this kill on the player inside of market, it's all gonna come down to timing. We say it time and time again, and this time coldzera gets it. Perfect timing from him. 3 kills on the round, the in-game leader. Coming up big, 12-2. Hey, like I was saying, even if they make it a 12-3, they win the second half pistol. Just get some momentum going. Again, you take it 1 round at a time, get momentum going. In your minds at this point, this game was already kind of lost, right? Like, you always obviously tell yourself, no, you keep playing until the game's over, keep playing until the game's over. But subconsciously, you can't trick your brain too much. When you're down 11-0, you're kind of like, man, all right, like this sucks.
Yeah, you got to do something differently. Good bit there as well, though, because we see coldzera from the 2K does get one of those AWPs. So the funds are now in, so you can go for a double AWP setup. And even if you just use this to get that 3rd round, it's still so much better than how the CT side was going. Cold at the back, does see 1. That's an opening pick, and now Leo's already pushed in. malbs as well, meanwhile, over at the barn, shuts down Max, and apparently David as well.
Yeah, that's 2 kills on the players trying to make their way up short. I think David even tried to jump into window. malbs takes a ton of damage, down to 25 HP, but 2 kills, he'll take that trade all day. And the double op from Cold, like you had brought up, finding that opening pick, so 9Z. They sort of fumbled the bag here right at the end of the half, but 12-3 still. And I should say that's not over yet. I mean, DGT and luken could definitely make something happen. Off shot misses. He's crept up to the other side of connector, lands the headshot. Now he is stuck in here. That shot actually does give him an out if he wants to take it. Elects not to. luken finds the shadow, gets the kill. Cold does trade it. Again, the double ops. Now DGT, he's stuck in the corner. He's been tagged, but Try had to unpeek after he took the shot. So he's not sure if DGT's gotten out. He's not sure if he's got away. He's about to find out. As he peeks from the top of the ticket, jump spot is going to give him the information. Can't land the second. Damage is done. Nade comes in, just misses, so it's not going to find the kill. Swinging around the corner, can't land the headshot. VSM ends it. Lots of damage done by DGT, but just can't find those headshots to secure the 1v3.
Scary bit is as well, like his crosshair placement was so on point that entire time. When he went for the jump up, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, all right, maybe. Like, maybe he hits that suddenly. You know, you put the 1v1 on the site. You already knew where he was. Could have got risky, but small blessing. You get 3 rounds. It's way better than having to fight back with absolutely nothing. You lose the pistol, game's gone, that's it. You know, GG go next. At least here, come in, start to put things in position, win a couple of rounds. And as you said, even just build your confidence back a bit.
Just play one round at a time, right? You play for the pistol. You win the pistol, great. You make sure you don't get eco'd. First gun round. You know, same thing. You just keep going one round at a time, and you just keep slowly building up to the point where, you know, if 9Z kind of chokes it, you might even start feeling like, hey, this game's close. If it gets like a 12-8 or something, all of a sudden it doesn't feel so daunting.
You can completely change how the game's going. We can't understate the half that 9Z have just had. And this is what we were seeing a lot from them. You know, the South American qualifiers that we were seeing, domestic matchups for 9Z when they play Mirage, especially in best of ones.
Yeah.
You know, whoever's going up against them, you've got to think, how have you let it slip through? It's a map that they love playing. It's a map that they're so damn good on the T and CT side. But now they've got to show their CT half off here. And the caveat to that is that this isn't a best of one. This is an elimination best of 3. And Inferno will be the second map. That's 00Nation's pick. And then you get Overpass if we need it. There's always a possibility we get there as well.
Yep, and take a look and see the update for Stream A there. Party Astronauts up 9-2 versus Imperial.
Man, Imperial, they're one of those teams where, you know, they come in, that run they had to get into a position where they could have qualified for the major yesterday, the passing of the torch from IBR, just a beautiful, beautiful story. It really did bring a tear to my eye at the end of that one.
And that is on Nuke as well.
Yeah.
It is Party Astronauts map pick, so.
Very true.
But that means they're on the T side.
The bit that's scary about that as well, man, is Imperial. It feels like they've got the core CS gameplay still down to a T.
Yeah.
But we've seen so many rounds where it's just like, what's happening with the comms? It feels like communication weirdly is an issue where you don't think it would be.
Well, and especially too, it seems like time and time again when we're watching their games, it's like FNX in 1v2s or 2v2s, and he just, for some reason, he's the one guy who doesn't get the info on where they are, you know? It happened multiple times yesterday where it's just like they knew he was there. It happened on Vertigo the one time when they were both towards side hall off the side of default, and he killed the first one and then started looking towards ramp, and he just killed your teammate right there. You know he's there. You know, it was just very weird.
It was odd.
Especially because he used to be the clutch guy. Like that was like his thing. You know?
That was what he did.
He has been out of the game for a while, so you never know.
Yeah, it could change things. It could change things. But I do always wonder what's going on a little bit in some of those rounds of Imperial.
Yeah.
Also, you know, obviously we can't see the game right now, but I do wonder.
The nose thing going? You see that?
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Is that to open up your breathing or what?
Well, I think it does because they're like nasal strips that you put on before you go to bed. I think people with like sleep apnea or if you snore.
Well, I know
it helps.
The American football players use them. I don't know for what. I mean, but I know that they use them
Well,
while
it's
they're
supposed
playing.
to. I think the idea is obviously it's on the bridge of the nose and it kind of like holds open your nostrils.
So just
you
extra
can,
oxygen.
Yeah, so you can breathe easier.
Dude, he's on like a whole nother level. He's getting extra oxygen for when he's playing.
It's kind of unfair, really.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What if we had sometime? We saw that weird ad earlier where there was like a thing you like put in your mouth and it gives you extra oxygen
So you
while
can
you're
breathe
running.
while you're running.
Yeah.
Mate, could you imagine? You're trying to calm, you have to spit it out, quickly calm. What? Did you say 3A? Rotate!
Come on, I told you we got for me, speaking.
What? I thought you said we won the round. It would be so good. Honestly. I do love that stuff. all the little the nuances. It's also why it's so nice. Like, I know this is obviously the obvious, right? You're looking at them in front of you, but everyone's back on land, Davey.
I know.
Everyone's here. They're all together. We can see everyone. We've got the player cams. We've got them all sat next to each other. It's just a whole different kettle of fish. The game's played how it's really meant to be played. It's just nice.
Yeah. No, it really is. Counter-Strike on LAN is a whole different beast.
Oh, yeah.
It's so much better. Get rid of that lag compensation. If you ever been in a matchmaking game and you're like, oh, he interrupted me. He killed me. I was around the corner. Doesn't happen on LAN.
That was always my favorite in UK CS. Every round, you'd see someone just hard commit to a peak, and he'd be like, I've jiggled, he's interrupted me. And you're like, well, I mean, you didn't. You've lied.
We used to call that the drone jiggle. He used to play Ivy for us on train, and he would be like, and he would get 1-D'd on an anti-eco round. I'm like, Drone, how do you keep dying at Ivy? Dude, I was just jiggling, and he 1-D'd me. You watch the demo back, just like full swing. Just full. But he was trying to jiggle peak. He would just go so far so that he could see all of Ivy to see if they're there, and then he would try to go back. It was like, that's how you keep getting 1-D'd, man.
That's not a jiggle, mate.
No,
like,
it's not.
They see you, so you get the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not hard commit. I've seen him.
Yeah.
But he has killed me.
Yeah. Silliness. So yeah, whenever that happens in my head now, it's just that is the drone jiggle.
Yeah. Well, if you want to see these players and probably want to get a bit jiggly and have a good time, go to the major, scan that QR code that was just on your screens and get your tickets whilst you still can, because it is the pinnacle event for CS and it is always going to be an exciting time. Time now, though, for 00Nation to get a pistol, Davey. This is where it starts. This is where it could end.
9Z, they're going for the B stack as well, and that is where the bomb is. Rocks finds the information, did spot one player. Now, is that going to be a trigger for 00Nation to not commit to this one? It doesn't look like it. Nades are coming out. Rocks is going to try to bait for it as Leo goes hopping in. He's trying to pull the crosshairs, and it is working partially, but there's still too many players here. Max gets 2. Cold eventually with the trade back. Luken is lurking around at the back of the site, but the in-game leader finds his 3rd of the round. Now, the jump gives away the player planting, and Cold running back the years. 3 headshots with the Glock, and the B site is taken. It was a stack from 9Z. 00Nation doesn't even care.
coldzera saying, this is my bomb site. You've seen that I've tagged the place up already. You know it's where I live. And for David, him surviving, looks like it shouldn't be likely. He's been peaked from middle. Time's completely gone, really. Doesn't have a kit as well, so no opportunity to bring this back. Best case, maybe he can do something. It's only the USP. He's got armor as well. Oh, no, he doesn't. So it's just the raw USP. You got to just go in, do some damage.
Yeah, he's got that. Actually, he has the full armor still. If he doesn't get tagged, he could upgrade to the head armor for free. Oh, he's running towards the bomb, though. -1.
Yeah, you got to rebuy armor now.
Noob.
Silly. You can't just get the free helmet upgrade.
Unbelievable.
I always used to do that whenever we'd be in games at LAN where you really wanted to frustrate your teammate and they get through a round, they'd be like, wait, I don't have to buy full armor. You just tap them once. Just go, now you do.
Yeah, you are an evil person for that.
Well,
Dude,
yeah.
That would unironically make me so mad.
Yeah,
I would be so
I've literally
livid.
seen people mentally break
Oh,
from
yeah,
it.
I would. I would be one of the guys who mentally breaks.
You
like,
go on to lose the whole game.
I would
like
just turn and look
41,
at you, just like,
yeah.
why? Why do you hate me?
Instant desk slam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Break the desk in half.
You're paying for my armor. Just have to give him a tenner outside of the game. There you go. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Whereas 00Nation cannot afford to be apologetic in a game like this. You can't show respect. You can't start playing without that same level of confidence that Cold had just displayed in the prior round. If you're able to link a few together, bring the scoreline back a bit, as soon as this gets like 12-6, your backs are up. You're thinking, all right, there's still a game going.
That's what I was saying. It's just, like I said, it's just one round at a time when you're down this many, right? You're not thinking, or you're trying not to think about how many rounds you're down. You just think, okay, win the next one. Win the next one.
Yeah.
Win the next one. And then as soon as it gets close enough, you're just like 12-9. That's a close game. Like that's a close game of CS.
Leo, he goes up close and personal with the USP. He grabs the UMP as well, so the submachine gun does get put in the face of ESM, and it will tag him down to just 19 HP. The setup from the CTs is in a good position to deal with this, though. The 9Z, as long as they hit their shots, can still be securing the bread, but the Pumpernickel seems to be going the way of 00Nation. 2 players stay alive, and they do get a 5th, but it's close.
3 kills as well. 1 player left. Down was like 10 HP, I think, on try or something like that. The USP's coming up big. Obviously, David had the deagle with the light armor, but he wasn't able to find any. Oh, I wasn't watching to see if what if he got one tapped by a Galil, and that's why he died. Like, what if he got one tapped by a Galil, and if he would have had head armor, he would have got the kill with the deagle, and they would have won the round.
Could have been so rough.
I choose to believe that's what happened, even though I didn't see it.
Just write it in.
Yeah.
Now you've said it, it's fact.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all that really matters. There is weapons out though, and this will matter for 9Z. Similar sort of play again. They go for the B attack. Ooh, tries to back off, gets himself into a good angle. The utility is clean as well, so everyone's getting tagged. It's easier for you to finish those frags. And DGT, he is an absolute machine. One after another. All the headshots are his. Finally try. We'll say not now. Bye-bye. Re-peek on a angle there as well. Behind the bench is just coldzera. Stuck on the fence. 13th round taken for 9Z.
And it was looking really good there, actually, for 00Nation. They get out onto B. They catch the timing on the player back of the site with the nade. They do the damage, but whoever the entry fragger was there for their side, he got stopped on top of the platform. He got right there. I think, yeah, Leo and VSM, they just didn't commit hard enough. Mostly Leo there in that situation, actually. He got too hyper-focused on killing that guy in the back of the site. Once he gets around the corner, you just have to jump into the site and commit to that. Create space for your team to actually get out and find those kills for you. And that can be what happens. If your entry fragger stops on top of the platform like that, everybody gets backed up.
Another pause for 00Nation. You have to use it. It's their third one. At least it gives you a moment of respite. You can talk it out. Obviously, the cash isn't there. So no matter what they want to do, it's probably more going to be for when they next have their guns. But you've got to try and make the best out of this one. You let 9Z get 14. It's never going to be easy. So the Tech 9 buy is being brought out.
Yep, they're going for the force. Buy into this one. You see, like you said, 3 Tech 9s, 1 deagle on malbs. Leo with the Mac 10. Gonna be the set piece, I would assume. Nades come out towards window. That's actually a missed window smoke. That wasn't even blocked or anything. It just missed. They smoke out towards top middle. Nade lands onto Leo, and they're just gonna go for the B pop again. The jump spot actually did just miss his timing, but now he's doing the good one. He should be safe almost no matter what. Nades start coming in, drops the smoke. They're hunting him down, but he's playing right behind it, and that is a great play from Leo. No, that's the entry pathing you need. And now the player on short, they line up for him. Again, he finds 2, but VSM with the long-range Tech 9 connects the trade, connects the headshot, and now it's a 3 versus 3 retake.
DGT, always serving up the RKOs when they come towards B. He's got 21 frags into this game. The 9Z still have 3 players alive. Try. He has to leave the angle he was playing behind. VSM gets a quick adjustment off, shuts down luken, and it's all up to David and Max. Will this be the battle of David versus Goliath, though, on the B-bomb site? As David, he goes for an unlucky fright. He'll fall over and try hits the Tech 9 bullet to the brain.
And absolutely perfect there from 00Nation. And last round, I was talking about how Leo gets stuck on the platform, doesn't create the space. They lose the round because of it. There, Leo with the Mac 10, there was no stopping him. He jumps out of the window, runs through the smoke, jumping, connects onto rocks in the back of the site. DGT did answer back with 2. But they were just so fast getting into the site, the rotations couldn't come in time. And actually, VSM, when you think about it, that trade he got on short is ridiculous. That was from bench all the way to deep short with the Tech 9.
I'm so glad we've been seeing so much more Tech 9 recently. I've always been a big, Tech 9 believer. A tech aficionado, if you will. And seeing 00Nation wielding them to perfection, it is good. Sometimes, you bring out the gun, you just die, you miss that first headshot, it all goes wrong. Talking of headshots though, the Deagle's here. Coming up, whoop, I was thinking maybe there's an opportunity, but they're both lining up for Leo on the Galil. He gets the 2K, and now it's only really the hero M4 that's in a position to do anything.
And in a round like that, that's where you're both looking at each other like, man, why were you so close to me? What's up with the spacing, man? Why are we so close to each other? Both people pointing fingers at each other. The Spider-Man meme.
Bad. Yeah.
Spider-Man like, wait a minute.
Ooh. DGT on the Deagle. He saw one player towards second Delpan, but couldn't really get the adjustment off. Knew the barrel was there, but a peek comes out from cold. And it's a clean round for the T's.
Wait, for a second, I just had a moment where it was like the Spider-Man meme where they're both looking at each other, pointing, right? And then I had a moment where I was like, wait, is that Batman?
No, it's Spider-Man, mate.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it is
But
Spider-Man.
then I was like, wait a minute, it might be Batman. Then I was thinking, of course, all other superheroes are available.
Of course.
And then I figured it was like, well, it could be any suit. You could just put anyone into there, really.
You never really know.
No, could be anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you say it, it's also, you know, at that point, someone would have to disprove you.
Yeah, and that's impossible.
Exactly. You were always right about everything.
Well, and I could just, you know, they might just be living in a different reality than mine.
Yeah, we're all on different timelines. Timeline for 00Nation is they've actually got a couple of rounds on the board now. They've had a good T half.
And 9Z's kind of griefing their economy right now. Like, I don't know what. Last round they had the hero M4. Now they're buying up M4s, no kits, light utility, a scout on luken. Why? You're up 13-7. Just like, just tank a save, man.
Yeah. They do have the one kit at least, actually.
Oh yeah, they do on Rock.
So at least you got that on B.
Yeah.
But even then, man, if they go for the late A hit, it can still get awkward. They dropped another smoke across to him as well, so he's got 2 smokes for the B attack. But instead, it seems like it could just be a full frontal assault. Everyone coming out towards middle. Would they get muddled? That's the question. Leo peeks out. There's the swing in the backline, so you get the frag. 1 by 1, they're all going down. Luken does stay alive, but he still has to go away. Oh, just 13 HP and a scout. He's not really in a spot to do much. Even these free CTs can't really fight against this. And they've been led to believe it's an A play when they're now executing into B.
Yeah, at this point in the 3v4, you just have to gamble because you forced into it. You have to make the gamble. Now, the sound cue is going to be given away, but they don't really care about that. 9Z should not be going for this one. They should be trying to recover those dropped weapons. They get the first one. The player is here to deny it, though. That's Leo finding the headshot onto Rocks. And honestly, Jack, with the way that 9Z is playing this and what they've done to their economy here, 00Nation, they're going to pick up their 8th. Right, this is going to be the 8th round. Next round, 9Z's going to have to save. Then the score is going to be 13-9, and that's that situation we were talking about where all of a sudden, it's not that many rounds to pull back, actually, right? It doesn't feel like that many.
No, not at all. This is probably actually a blessing for David as well. The fact he won out on the second fight, the Galil, doing Galil things there. They do know exactly where he is, and he's trapped in at least. They're attempting to get the kill onto him. Malbs, he wants to go for the angle. Does spot him. He's going to tuck in. Refaces. Woo, brings him down to 22, but eventually he will get the kill. So no M4 save, just the scout on luken.
Yeah, and it's a very sad scout, too. It's like you look around, it's like, oh, that's what we got, huh? All right. Guess you better go for a pick, I guess, with your scout.
See if you could hit something.
Yeah, you want to go try to kill Try with the op? Yeah, go on. Find him.
It's all on you, brother.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
And this isn't something I was expecting based off the way the first half goes. You finally get a pause for 9Z.
Yeah.
And they need to as well because you've got to figure out the cash. As you were saying, everything's gone into a really rough spot with how the buys have been coming out.
Very weird. Very weird choices economically, financially.
And that's also the other side of the confidence for 9Z. Because they had such a big T half, if you're thinking, all right, boys, it was a close pistol, you know, close second round, we're getting them down to like the 2v2s.
Yeah.
We can probably just force them win. Then all of a sudden the score line's like 13-8, and you're like, yeah, probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, probably should have just like chilled a little bit. Looks like the A execute's going to come out from 00Nation. Only 2 CTs here. It is just the standard sort of default play right now. Luken is rotating over towards Ticket with the scout, but again, just 3 players here. Max drops that smoke inside of Palace, and actually that could be deadly. It's going to isolate that one player in Palace, makes it so they can take as many fights as they want, and actually there is the trade back from Luken. Finds the headshot onto Try. Damage has been done onto Leo and BSM, but can they connect the shots? Can they get these kills? DGT, 22 and 13, and he's feeling confident as he walks through the smoke, looking for anything he can find. Smoke towards top of connector has been spotted, but Rocks with the USP headshot onto VSM. 3 versus 3. DGT doesn't connect the deagle shot. He's been mollied off, needs to change his position. Wasn't spotted by the op of Leo, so he's got to cross for free, but malbs answers back with the M4 headshot, so it's a 2 versus 3, but DGT has crept up into this advanced position, and there is no way they're going to expect him this close, but malbs does. He was looking for it, finds it, and now all 3 of them are low. Luken on just 9 HP, but he only needs to connect 1 scout apiece.
If he can hit his shots, he could still try and flip this round in favor of 9Z. But they want to leave him with a frown, and instead it will be the crown on the head of coldzera that gets the round for them. Killeen's up with the AK. 00Nation looked a bit awkward, but it's still a round, and that's the hot commodity that you want.
That was a tight one. They got real close there in those situations. DGT, I mean, He would get into such an advanced position. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for the jump up on top of the box instead of the creep around the corner. If he goes and jumps up on top of the firebox there, free kill on the player behind it. He knows he's there, so.
I was even thinking with how the bomb had landed, it was right in front of him as well.
Yeah.
So they'd have to clean it to get past him to pick up the bomb.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what he was actually going to go for.
If he tucks away a ninja there, it's almost for sure he gets spotted. So I can see why he didn't do that, but yeah, it was weird. Hot Flash comes in. He's going to full blind David, actually, and narrowed into the site. Luken's here in CT spawn. Max eventually trades one back, but it's still 4 versus 4. They don't have any smokes down to cover them, though.
So you do have the double up set up. Both of them are still alive. Oh, VSM through the smoke. Always making these plays. Hits that one onto Max. So now the battle of attrition is in favor of the Nation.
Wait, Bomb's going back T-spawn. Maybe just going to come out ramp? Or are they thinking about going to B here with this double aggression into jungle? This is creepy.
Yeah, this is...
They're just boosted here in jungle.
You've literally just gone for the totem pole in jungle.
I love it.
I mean, fair play.
I love it.
If they can back off with it, you could have made the play. Instead, they do go back round for the late round A. DGT still in CT.
Smokes are gone and Luken's on short with the op as well.
The other AWP's not going to be able to get through. They want to take it towards jungle. If he goes through that, he's going to get annihilated instantly. Luken hits the first, but he stays alive. That's the big picture. He's still presence on the map. Problem is, it's only down to DGT on the actual A site. He's got a HE to bounce around the corner, switches to the smoke to give himself a moment to attack. The angle's being held by Try. If he walks into this, he might not be detected. Bomb needs to be planted as well. Luken will fall, all up to DGT. He's got 22 frags, but he can't really go for it.
Oh, he didn't make any play around that smoke. A little bit surprised to see him not go for something, even just go for the spray through the smoke on the man planning. Instead, he just backs off, and 00Nation, they're up into double digits now, Jack, and this has been a huge comeback for them. They've battled back 9Z with some questionable decisions with their economy, allowing 00Nation to get some momentum, get back into this game. And we've got a game on our hands now, Jack. It looked like a massive stomp at one point, but now it's getting closer and closer. Looks like he may just hold on to his gun. Not going to matter for the economy of 00Nation by any means. They have tons of money built up. Scoreline 13-10. They're going to be able to keep buying. It was worth it to try to get that gun out of his hands. He has been a big player. And right there, David just catching that bad timing as the pop flash comes over right as he goes for the face.
The only thing that felt weird with this, though, is the way it looked from the minimap. They wanted to clear it together, so obviously if he peeks onto one, the other guy's always going to get the frag in the back. But the spacing was just a bit off, so he gets 2 kills from it. And the difference that could have made as well, it would have only been 1 weapon in this round. Now instead, it's not awful. 3 deagles, the AWP on Luken, DGT still with the buy he had from the last. With how tight the game's been going, it could have impact. This is a bit different though. Try, he's going to clear out towards short early. Posts up by Chair.
And he is posted up on that peak towards bricks. And actually, DGT was boosted up. He might have been able to find a free kill on him. Instead, he drops off. Doesn't find it. Just a very slow round. As you were saying earlier, Rox throws that deep smoke into upper B, has the second one dropped there by his teammate to make sure that if they do execute, he has that extra set of utility to drop in the site, cause some problems. As 00Nation, they have taken control of middle, but they haven't taken control of the choke points, right? They just sort of got the mid ramp, top of mid, no pressure applied on short, no pressure applied on window, no pressure applied on connector. They're just sort of chilling. Bomb is in upper B, though, and they're walking into this 3-man B stack. It's just a classic 3-2. That's exactly where they're going. Re-smoke comes in. Leo's going to try to get in front of it. Rock spots him, and now they know it's the B play.
The mollies are clean, but DGT, he's able to hit that first shot before the Molotov starts burning. So he actually goes on for 2 frags now, and it gets so awkward for them. Malbs and Try, the only ones left alive. The Eagle, oh no, he's gonna burn. Malbs, he makes a huge play, but it's all up to Try, and he's not got an HP for this. How's he hit the no-scope? Gets the bomb planted as well, all in a 1v2. Coming up short, it's going to be David, but he flicks off the angle, looks towards Luken, and Luken lives it large. That's the 14th for 9Z.
Oh, and 9Z making it as tight as possible there. They get all the entries. That saved M4 from DGT, finding the multi-frags on the B execute. The deagle stack, the setup inside of the site. They weren't expecting the boost. When Try hit that no-scope, Jack, I was looking around, I was like, oh, this is doable. There's no kit on the CT side. This could happen. He had that smoke down in the site as well. Tries to creep across, ends up losing his life. And the CTs were split too. If he found that pick on short, it's just a simple 1v1. But Luken was waiting for him. Try walks into his waiting arms. And 00Nation, they take their tack. They take their pause as 9Z finally get the 14th they've been waiting for.
And imagine if TGT wouldn't have had that M4 as well.
Yeah.
The two-player clears towards CT, right? If they would have been able to get that gun out of his hands, completely different round. Suddenly you don't have the defense for B. It would have just been 3 pistols and the 1 AWP. Oh, David. This is getting spicy, mate. 14-10. 00Nation use their last pause. Now, it has to be clinical. They've been playing a great T-half, but you can't afford those small mistakes.
No, absolutely not. Very, very close round. I wonder if the Molotov did just miss towards Van as well, or if it just came in late, because he was able to reposition into Van and find that deagle kill. Sometimes when you throw that molly at the Van, it sort of like hits that barrel at the back and doesn't actually bounce off and Molotov the whole area. Might have been what happened there, and if that's what cost you the round, that'd be very sad. Nade, gonna be perfect. Nades him, slows him down. Try, not expecting it. The exact moment he jumps up to go for the deep pick, Nade comes in, tags him, blocks his vision, cancels out his hearing, just everything you don't want. And the swing comes in and they find the opening. That was David towards the ramp.
So the AWP's cold on the ground. malbs, he's got a big brain on him, but can he be a brawler in a round like this? Has the angle held for the face towards window. Leo also just holding in case anyone has got up through underpass. malbs does find the pick on DGT. That's towards connector. So they are back in a 4v4. 55 seconds to work with.
And that pick does open up the map just that little bit, right? You can see the CTs, they have to sort of collapse on middle. Max can't give up this angle. He can't stop watching this. And similarly for Luken, he needs to cover this short push, so Max realizing connector's the weakness. You can see he's stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point. He needs to hold for this middle aggression through window, but he also is worried about the connector play. His teammate is over there towards Ticket. As David's just tucked away, and he's just going to be playing retake, but if he goes down in jungle, this could be the crucial fight. Misses the first one, recovers himself, able to find the kill, get away with his life. Damage done to Leo as well. malbs down to just 47, and David now inside of CT spawn. He has the rotation coming, and this bomb needs to get planted. And is the cover going to be good enough? The flash comes in, and it gets him the kill, and that's round over. Bomb dropped, no chance to plant. Now it's just about making sure you stay alive, keep these guns. As 9Z, just by the skin of their teeth, with just a little time left, the perfect flash, the perfect swing, they get that player trying to plant the bomb.
Match point now locked in. 1 round is all they need. 5 chances for 00Nation. They'd have to win all of them back to back, and that could force us into an overtime. If that doesn't happen, we will be going to Inferno, Davey. 00Nation's map pick for this map. Now, again, similar sort of play. They go for the early pick with the AWP towards ramp. They're going to boost up Try. It's been a bit hit and miss from him.
Yeah, and there was nobody crossing that round either. Max actually went through jungle, so nothing to be found. He's jumping up, going for that same peek he went for last time. The flash is good, forces him off. Counter Molotov is going to make sure Try can't get anything else. A little bit of damage taken as well. But that's all that will happen. And actually, VSM's just heard the sound cue. You can see him communicating to his team that David is under balcony. The spray with the Galil finds the dink and eventually gets the kill. VSM tanked down to 46, but the kill goes his way. And that's the opening for 00Nation, the opening that they needed. As Max is here waiting around in the window smoke. coldzera is lurking around, but he's on the bottom. Doesn't want to make any move too aggressively. Jungle smoke misses, so malbs is in trouble. But still, Try gets the off kill, and there's the second from malbs. 2 headshots on the side entry. The 4-man stack towards 8 does not pay off. And Rox, the sad, lonely B player, as 00Nation aren't done with this game yet.
No. They got to stay in it to win it. And those 5 rounds now become just 4 that they have to pick up back to back. It will be the 1 save, of course. You get the M4, the utility, and the kit. That's if he can stay alive. As malbs already had a good round. He's hunting for him, and he'll be pent in. It's not really a way that he can escape this. If he peeks towards despawn, he's got to hit that one, which he will. And now the save looks a little bit more likely.
Yeah, they are still collapsing on him. 2 players towards the middle. Finds another headshot. Okay, didn't hear this player coming up on him. Oh, the movement actually saves him. And no, malbs takes him out. No M4 save, no M4 recovered. But now, this is a situation for 9Z, okay? Look at their money. No, I knew it. I knew they were gonna... Just don't. Please don't everybody else buy. Hero op, fine. But if everybody else buys right now, I'm gonna be a little tilted, to be honest with you.
You can afford to concede one more. You've got match point. It'd be worth conceding it and then having the buy. Okay,
right. They
that's
just
better.
dropped the hero op over to luken. The rest of them have just gone for the pistol armor. That's fine. When I saw the op get bought, I was like, no, please, guys, please, like, don't do this. I've already watched you ruin your economy enough this game. I can't handle it. I mean, even the hero op is like kind of a situation where it's like, why?
It is a bit risky.
But hey, it could work.
Oh, I mean, he's seen the head. He knows where they're coming from. That's a big pick. You slow down malbs. He's been warming up. He's been getting gory into this game. So with him taken out in a round like this, it could work for them. He now repositions as well, so he's got short covered.
Yeah, he's going to fall back because this is the B stack. The bomb is actually at the bottom of connector. There's 3 in middle, but coldzera, he has the bomb towards the bottom of window. So he's not going to be... It was looking like they were going for the B split, and there was 3 CTs inside of B. Now VSM has ladder control. They have boosted up into the window. There's nobody here watching this, and now you can see luken rotating back over, but even still, there's nobody holding for the CT flank. coldzera up on top of the window, not going for any sort of flank right now, so they are still just walking into the B stack. VSM's in ladder, and coldzera is on the window, so if they don't get this quick trade, this could be a problem. The CZ lands, and it's actually, the Opper's behind the smoke, so there's no chance for a trade. The bomb is up here, he's trying to get it with the Glock, but DGT finds VSM in ladder, and everything's falling apart here for 00Nation.
He's walked past him in the smoke. He's heard the audio cue as well, so he's going to turn now. Can line up the headshot, hits it, that's the bomb drop, and that's the game gone. luken with a final bullet to coldzera, and 9Z. That's the round they close it out on.
That is the round they close it out on, and that hero op finding the opening, but even still at that point, still a very winnable round for 00Nation. It seems like they kind of got lost in what they wanted to do with it. They had coldzera boosted.